Many of our fall blooming native plants are quite familiar to us, like goldenrod, asters, and this snow on the mountain, or Euphorbia marginata. I really enjoy this plant. Normally we see it along the roadsides, but it's wonderful in the landscape as well. It has a beautiful bluish hue to the foliage, which is a real soft appearance in the landscape. And when it flowers in late summer and early fall, it becomes very showy. Now, like its relatives, the poinsettia, the showy part is actually the bracts surrounding the tiny inflorescence, but the green with white variegation on those bracts make them stand out quite a bit in the landscape. These common bloomers make a great backdrop and companion for some lesser known fall blooming natives. This is our rough blazing star, or Liatris aspera, and I really love these soft flowers. These are actually daisies, but they lack the ray petals, or ray florets, which we usually call petals, that surround most daisy flowers. And they have these really long, stringy stamens sticking out. And the flowers just line this stem and look like little buttons all the way along, very soft, beautiful pastel colors. The butterflies simply love these flowers. And they also make great cut flowers because so many of the blooms are open at one time. We have another wonderful native. This is the yellow ironweed, and it's quite a bit larger. It makes a great backdrop plant. And this typically grows in woodlands, so it's well adapted to the shade, a great native for those shadier parts of the landscape. Again, the butterflies love the yellow ironweed, and a lot of times in the fall you'll see the monarchs visiting it as they migrate south. In the winter time, as the seeds start to dry, a number of birds will come and feed off of those seed heads. Across the bridge we have another great blazing star. This is the elegant blazing star, or Liatris elegans, and it looks quite different from the rough blazing star that had those button-like flowers. These have stalks or racemes with a number of florets on them, and the flowers are very dainty. If you look closely at them, you could see that they have a white center with a little purple edging. Gives it a nice bicolor effect. Now, normally the stalks stand up very upright, but many of our native plants are adapted to dry conditions, and we had a lot of rain early in the season, which caused the stems to elongate very quickly, but they weren't sturdy enough to stand up, so they've fallen a little bit. However, we still get a lot of great color out of the blossoms. Now, there seems to be a color scheme to our fall garden. We have a lot of yellows and a lot of blues. Another blue blossom that we have is the Azure Sage, or Salvia azurea grandiflora. This is the hardiest salvia species found in North America. Late summer and fall, the plants produce a number of medium to deep blue flowers along tall stems. Now, in this case, the stems are very elongated. They look wonderful against the grass, but the grass has shaded the lower part of the plant and caused it to elongate. And this happens quite frequently, but you can control the height of Salvia azurea by cutting the stems back to about 12 inches in June and again to about 18 inches in July, and that'll keep them more compact, but will still produce the beautiful blue flowers. Now, in addition to attracting butterflies, like most of our salvias, the Azure Sage also is attractive to hummingbirds.